Welcome to Questpond's YouTube channel. And what are we learning today? What are we discussing today? Today we are discussing a very important C# interview question. What is the difference between where versus the dynamic keyword in C#? I repeat this question. What is the difference between where and dynamic? Now, before I go ahead and answer this question, I would like to make a very important point here. Why on this Questpond's YouTube channel I record interview questions? Because I feel that working in C# or working in ASP.NET or working in Angular is one thing, but cracking a C# interview is a different ballgame, right? Definitely you need to have a working experience. Definitely you should know, how to complete a project. But at the end of the day, what happens? You get such kind of questions, where versus dynamic. And it is very much possible that in your project, you have never used the dynamic keyword. So probably you never know what is this, right? But now from the interviewer's perspective, this is important. This is simple and this has to be answered, right? So I would suggest go down on the description and the comment section. I have lots of videos on C# interviews, ASP.NET and Angular. Go through them, right? So let us try to answer this. What is the difference between where and dynamic? Now, for some reason, some of our developer friends, say that where is dynamically typed, where data types are detected on runtime. I don't know why they say that. Must be that, in this, I feel there are two categories of people. The one who thinks that where means varying, and it can vary, it can change, it is dynamic, so they say that where is dynamic. The second category of people I know, people who are coming from Visual Basic. In Visual Basic, we have this variant keyword, and this variant keyword or the variant variable can go from a house to a mouse, to a lion and to a small integer, right? So must be, that is another kind of people who think that where is dynamically typed. If you are saying in the interview that where is dynamically typed, you are sending a very, very bad impression to the interviewer. And it is very much possible that your interview would not continue, right? So first thing, when you say where and you declare a data type, it is statically typed. The data type is known during the runtime. So in the runtime itself, the compiler looks at the right hand side. For example, you can see here in this line number 9, we have where x is equal to C# interview questions. So what he does, he goes and he looks at the data on the right hand side and he says, okay, what is this data on the right hand side? It's a string, and he makes this x as a string. You can see here, this x is a string. If I go and if I change here, let's say if I put here a number, now he will go and he will say, okay, at the right hand side, it is a number. Now you can see that he has made this x as an integer. So first thing, the where keyword is statically typed. As you write the code, the compiler looks at the right hand side and determines, what is the data type. So you can see here, this x is now a string. And if I say x dot, you can see now all the properties and the methods of the string of the .NET string is out, x dot length, x dot clone, x dot trim, and so on, right? So where keyword is statically typed. That is point number 1. Okay, now coming to dynamic. As the word says dynamic, this is completely dynamic, right? For example, if I move my mouse on this Y, you can't see any data type out here. There is no data type, right? And if I say y dot something, he does not give me anything out. There is nothing in the IntelliSense, right? So in other words, now here, the methods, the properties will be checked during the runtime. It will be checked and executed during the runtime. Okay, so over here now, if I go and if I say x dot length, right, like this, okay, this one should work. So if you see here, if I go and if I run this, now because y is pointing towards a string, right? So you can see that there should be a length. You can see on runtime he determined that yes, this length exists, right? This property exists, it invoked it, and it gave me the length of the string. But now if I make a mistake here, for example, if I go and say, oh, this is small l here, it will allow you to build. You can see that this builds, it says here build once succeeded, no problem. But now during the runtime, you will have a problem. So when you go and if you say y.length, now the length was L capital, and if you execute this, boom, string does not contain a definition for a length, right? So remember that dynamic keyword is, it executes, it checks during the runtime, while the var is completely statically typed. It is checked during the compile time. It looks at the data at the right hand side and determines, what kind of object or the variable it is, right? So trying to summarize, what the answer is, var is statically typed, while dynamic is completely on runtime. So I hope that, this session was useful. In this session, we were trying to understand what is the difference between var versus dynamic. And again, please go ahead down below. You can see all our other interview questions. Go ahead and see our 25 CSharp important interview questions, our 30 ASP.NET important interview questions, and our 20 Angular interview questions, and many such interview questions down below. Happy learning, happy job hunting. Thank you.